The Oklahoma City Thunder have won the 2025 NBA Finals after taking Game 7 over the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, this was a really close series, really intense series. It was really tight, and it all came down to this. It was 3-3. Everyone hyped this game up for the past however many days, and about 5 or 6 minutes into the first quarter, Tyrese Haliburton goes down with an Achilles injury. He stepped back. You saw the legs sort of vibrate, and you saw a snap.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
You didn't see the video?
Wait, show me the video one more
Bro,
time.
they literally replayed it on ESPN
Gio, come
the
on.
entirety of the first
Wait,
half.
Yeah, but I didn't see any vibration.
It was
Gio, come
egregiously
on,
bad. It was
buddy.
nasty.
Yeah.
Thigh, what's going on, man? How you doing? He said, it's Tyrese Haliburton. It really is, man.
What does that mean?
It's over.
Gio.
Oh, Hallie over.
Haliburton,
Start
yeah.
from the beginning.
Bro, it's just this was not the way we wanted this
Oh,
series
okay.
to go. Yeah.
I see it now.
So
Okay.
one of the reporters interviewed John
That's-
Haliburton, Tyrese's father, obviously, for those that don't know, and he did confirm it was an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, likely a ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And it just is so heartbreaking, man. I can't even like begin to describe how hurt I am just seeing this, because this was his night. He scored 9 points in the first 7 minutes of the game. We saw this last year against the Knicks when he came out hot as heck in the first quarter.
Yep.
And the Pacers ran the Knicks out of the gym, injured or not. They ran them out of the gym. And Brunson was healthy for what? He got hurt right at the end of the third.
Yep. That's when the
So-
hand got. Yep. He broke
That's
his
when he
hand.
broke his hand trying to block the layup, and he hit
Yep.
his knee.
Yep.
And what we saw tonight was essentially the same thing. I mean, Haliburton is a big game player. I think right now he's the most clutch player in the NBA. And he was about to drop. He was on pace to drop like 45 points on Shea's Dome and run the Oklahoma City Thunder out of their home gym.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, that happened, and it completely killed the mood. It killed the vibe. And lo and behold, the Indiana Pacers lost in 7 games. So whoever wants to go first can go first, but just your general thoughts on today's game specifically.
Well, yeah, Hallie started off on a heater, made his first 3 threes, missed one, but regardless, on a heater. That play happens. I happen to look away from the TV for a second, and I look up, and I'm like, what happened? I'm like, why is Hallie on the floor? I started the video. I was like, oh, okay. That Achilles is torn or ruptured. Same thing, almost. I think everything just fell from there. Alex, yes, we were robbed from absolute cinema. I think that's the way it was going for Hallie. He would have got Finals MVP, no doubt, after this if this game went to, the way it was going to go for like we said, 35, 40 points. He was on pace for probably if it was going to be that way. But listen, the story of this playoffs, it's a bad story. We saw Dame go down. We saw Tatum go down. Now Hallie, all torn Achilles, presumptively for Hallie as well. And it's just, we saw this with KD and it happened to Hallie as well. The calf strain is not a joke to be, playing with. And it just unfortunately had to occur for him in this last game of the season, and that's just how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But a great year for them nonetheless. We'll see what's going to happen next year, presumably with no Hallie, who's going to be running the point for them. Presumably it's going to be TJ McConnell, and they're going to run it back and see what they can do. One of the best runs we've seen from a team that was not a top 3 seed in the past years, for what they did to us in the conference finals, so on and so forth. Hallie's jumps has definitely shot up my board for one of the best players in the league, probably top 15 right now in my head. SJ has gone down just because it's
Because you're a little bit of a hater. It's okay.
I am. I just the shooting performance today and all around, it's just not MVP worthy.
Yeah.
Because LeBron would not miss 20 shots in a Game 7 final.
I mean, they still won by 13, 15, so it's not that
I understand
bad.
that. But
Well, I mean,
it's just,
look, you were one bad Indiana third quarter away from potentially not winning the game.
Right.
And that was really the main difference. I think they have like 25 points off turnovers in that quarter alone, or 17,
Something like that.
And
Yeah.
like when things like that happen, that's the difference. And it's just so unfortunate the way this game had to transpire because it looked like we were about to get a good Game 7 for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah.
'Cause we just don't get them anymore. They're all blowouts because teams have to come back and they waste all their energy. And yeah, man, this hurts. As you know, for those that don't know, it's been a year. It's been a year and like 2 days since I predicted the Pacers to get to the finals this season. And then back in March, I had them winning the finals in our bold predictions episode. So
It's crazy.
seeing this happen one win short
Yeah.
and the fashion in which it happened, that's why I'm really like hurting right now.
Yeah.
Because I invested so much into this. I dealt with so much trolling and threats and other random shit for months. And I really just wanted to have that last laugh, and now I can't, which
Yeah, man.
is eating at me right now because I had so many receipts saved, and I'm never going to be able. I'm never going to be able to, to
I
utilize
really
that.
feel for you right now, Tyler, because like I pulled up, I came to Anthony's house here to record stream, and I see you, and you're like, man, like you're in a, it seems to be like you're in a, I don't know, you're really feeling this loss right now,
Okay.
like you're a part of the Pacers.
So I have the stats for what Gio was asking for. So the Finals MVP is none other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just announced.
Surprise! Surprise!
I just found a tweet from The Athletic. Players to win MVP and Finals MVP in the same season.
Talk to me.
It goes back to Willis Reed in 1970.
Okay.
Lou Alcindor in 1971.
It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Moses Malone in 83. Magic in 87. Jordan in 92 and 91. Hakeem in 94. MJ in 96 and 98. Tim Duncan in 03.
Wow.
LeBron in 2012 and 2013. And now SGA in 2025.
What a list. Do you see the players on that list? We're talking Kareem. We're talking Magic.
I didn't
We're
say Kareem.
No, Lou
Hakeem.
Alcindor is.
Lou Alcindor is Kareem
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're talking them. Those
You're
two
right, I'm
guys.
sorry.
I mean, SGA is in that kind of conversation right now. So the trajectory of his career is it's looking up. Like no matter how much we might dislike him, even though I'm not the biggest hater of SGA, I think he played very well this entire playoffs. He was clearly the best player in this playoffs, if we're being unbiased. But I mean, man, like the trajectory of his career is going pretty high right now. What do you think?
I mean, obviously it's going to. When you win a league MVP, this is the third season in a row he's averaged 30 in a season.
Yeah.
Second season in a row he's been a top 2 MVP candidate. Second year in a row you've been a 1 seed. And look, I mean, we saw some absolutely horrendous games from Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. They're still young. They're still getting better. And I honestly don't know if the prophecy stops where defending champs can't get out of the second round. I don't know who's going to stop this Thunder team. Because put it this way, the Golden State Warriors won their first final not in this kind of fashion because I don't think they were as bad as this Thunder team was. I think the Warriors were better. But the Warriors won in the 5th year of the 2010s. And here the Thunder just won in the 5th year of the 2020s. And
Interesting.
things like that happen, and they're not typically coincidences. So it's not, this could wind up being a dynasty. And, if I didn't have such a high stakes prediction on the line here,
Yeah.
I honestly don't think I would be this upset. But
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
you can't get more unpopular of an opinion, and almost like coming this close to being right on it. That's just what hurts the most.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting at least to come in, even if they had lost, I was expecting them to come in and expecting us to come in and at least just talk about this kind of game and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the game almost seems useless considering what had happened at the beginning.
Yeah, I think they got the national attention now from everybody in the U.S. and the world that this team is not going to be one to mess around with next year, even without Haliburton.
Yeah. Let me say this.
I think that they've edged their name right now in definitely a conversation for one of the best teams in the East going into next year and for the foreseeable future. No doubt about it.
They're a legit team now, and we all know that. I think this definitely changes my view on Tyrese Haliburton, because I'm pretty sure a couple months ago, most people would say Tyrese Haliburton is not a superstar. He's a star, not a superstar. I think now we all see, okay, this guy he's a superstar.
Yeah.
So, like, comment down in the chat. I actually want to see what you guys think. Do you guys think Tyrese Haliburton is now a actual superstar? And let us know why.
Yeah.
Why is that?
And I guess the conversation for now going into us is the off season for Indy. What is gonna? Well, we get to wait for the Halley news, of course. The immediate changes for Indiana right now, I really don't see many. I think you run this team back the way it is. You could make some additions here and there, like vets and stuff.
Well, remember, they just traded for their pick back the other day.
They did.
So now they can trade their picks. And with Haliburton injured and most likely out for the entirety of next season, do you see a weak East and want to go for gusto with a big move? And, because taking a look at the Eastern Conference, you obviously still have the Cavs. You still have the Knicks. Those are really the two main teams that are going to be competing, and it's going to be the two favorites kind of going forward. You now have Orlando that joined the party by trading for Desmond Bane. And
yeah,
it's about who else can join the party. There's a very realistic opportunity. Devin Booker's a Piston in February.
Yeah.
So, again, you're adding more of that. And it really sucks because the Pacers had a really good window coming up where they're under the tax, they're under the apron, and they could have been right back in the finals next year. They would have been my pick to go back. Mm-hmm. And now you're wasting essentially a year of all these guys' contracts, and it's going to give you financial troubles later down the line. So let's break down the game a little bit. I have the box score up right now.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the Indiana Pacers, obviously, because they took the loss. Pascal Siakam only played 37 minutes tonight. Finished the game with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 13. Unacceptable that he took only 13 shots.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Carlisle sat him for so long in the third quarter. He went out of the game for like 6-7 minutes. Like,
that's interesting.
Can't do that.
Unless he was hurt.
He wasn't. I don't know why he brought him in. He brought in Ben Shepherd instead, but
yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ben.
He had a good game 6. His defense in the Knicks series was good, and in the first couple games of the finals. So he'll probably stick around because on a rookie deal. Aaron Nesmith, 3 points, 1 of 5. I'm not really going to get on his back for the offense because he's a true defender, and he did the best he could guarding Jalen Williams this entire series, and I commend him for that. Miles Turner, 6 points, only took 4 shots, 4 rebounds. There's a chance he might not come back. And that's going to be a conversation they need to have because on one end you can upgrade, but on the other end, who out there on the free agency market is going to shoot the ball like Miles Turner? There's really not that many players.
Yeah, I know. MT was very shaky. Game 1 and 2 were good, but then after that it was raps for him.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Raps.
What'd you say it was for him?
I said the double bigs. It was the double bigs. It was killing him. It was just impossible.
Couldn't do anything.
15 points for Nembhard, 4 of 10 from the field. Again, these guys just didn't take enough shots.
Telling you, Nembhard, I'm telling you, he could be a star player. He just needs to shoot the ball more.
He averaged like 28.
More volume from him.
He averaged like 28 in the conference finals last year when Hallie went out.
Really?
Yeah, he was hooping. That's why he got the contract extension.
I needed him to do that tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, his shot looks so good. It looks so pure. It looks like he has like that,
Look, if Haliburton didn't get hurt, like if Haliburton got injured the last game and it was a fresh game plan, he would have come out a lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, those things happen, and it is what it is. And then Haliburton, only 7 minutes. He had 9 points. He was 3 of 4 from 3. Awful. Just, I'm heartbroken, man.
Yeah.
I am absolutely heartbroken. And if you look at the bench, 24 points for Ben Mathurin. 6 of 14. He went to the free throw line 10 times. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, that was mostly like in the fourth quarter. But
he was aggressive.
Yeah.
And that was what? And then 16 points for the finals MVP snub, TJ McConnell. Went on a 10-0 run by himself in the third quarter.
He finished with 16, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
He is incredible.
I needed more from him, though.
He did everything they needed him to do. Sure, he had 7 turnovers, but who else was running point?
Yeah,
there was really no one else.
I mean, think about this. Like the Pacers have 2 great. I heard someone say this. Maybe it was Richard Jefferson.
Yeah.
Pacers have 2 great backup point guards. So I mean, them losing, like they still could have done it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Two great backup point guards. They can still handle the ball, run the offense. Andrew Nemhard, even Ben Shepherd at some points and times, and TJ McConnell. So,
Yeah.
I mean, 7 turnovers, that's inexcusable. I think that cost them the game because when the Thunder get turnovers, that's when they're really clicking. They get turnovers, it turns into transition points. That crowd goes insane.
Yep.
Then they come back, hit a transition 3-pointer, and that's game.
And that was the difference because the
Yeah.
Thunder only had 7 turnovers tonight.
Yeah.
I think Hartenstein was the only player that had more than 1. And that's really the
Yes.
difference.
Yes.
Looking at OKC, Chet finally had a good game on offense. 18 points on 6 of 8 from the field.
Yeah.
That was really what he needed to do. He had 8 rebounds as well. J-Dub, 20 points. Although he shot 7 of 20 from the field, not the most efficient, but considering what he did against Dallas last year, big improvement in all facets from that. Hartenstein, 7 points, 9 rebounds. SGA, obviously, we already talked about this, 29 points on 27 shots. He was 2 of 12 from 3 and went to the free throw line 12 times. So all 4 wins, he shot over 10 free throws, and all 3 losses, he shot under 10 free throws, and he claims he doesn't need them. And then 9 points for Lou Dort, 3 of 10 from the field, and then 10 and 10 off the bench from both Alex Caruso and Kason Wallace, who were both pretty efficient for the most part.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, man, that's kind of what did it.
Yeah. That's literally how it comes down to. We'll talk more about it on the pod. We'll have to see what Indiana does from here. OKC, I don't know what to see. OKC, did they have a lottery pick in the draft on Wednesday?
No,
No. Okay.
I don't think they do.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm ready for draft talk. It's a few days away. We had to cover this, of course, because we have to. But yeah, I have nothing more on this game. We'll talk more about it on the pod.